Good afternoon. Is everybody happy it's not 111 degrees outside? I'm not going to take but a couple seconds because I know none of you came here to see me. Today is an exciting day, the culmination of lots of changes that we've been having and the beginning of lots of changes that we may have. But I wanted to just take a second here to I guess say a thank you. I've been the interim chief technology officer now for 6 months, and just want to say thank you before we actually introduce our new CIO. You guys have done some incredible work during the time that I've been here. Sometimes people don't quite recognize it all the time, but I recognize how hard you work and what you've been doing. It's been a pleasure to be the guy at the top who gets to take credit and also gets to take all the arrows, but that all comes with the job. But it's also a pleasure for me. I actually happen to know our new Chief Innovation Officer, Adele Levine, from my days in New Jersey, but I'll let Rich give you the whole story. So I just wanted to take 2 seconds to just genuinely say thank you guys for all the hard work you've done. Looking forward to doing a lot more hard work with you. But you know, you've put in a lot of long hours. Many of you have been here 7 days a week sometimes, keeping the UPS up, keeping the radio up, keeping, you know, payroll running, all that type of stuff. So I did want to give a genuine thanks before my role starts to change. And so, you know, as the interim CTO, and appreciate the work. And I hope I've at least made your job just a tiny bit easier. So with that said, I'm going to introduce Rich Negrin, the Managing Director. I think you all know, so give him a warm round of applause.
This is a great day. When I tell you that I've had dreams about this day, I'm not kidding. Yeah, there were good dreams, not nightmares. I want to start off by, in the most sincerest of manners, thanking Tommy Jones. You know, we all work really hard every day, and I know you guys do as well. The weight of leadership sometimes is something that's taken for granted. When you place the morale and the ambitions and dreams and the responsibility that you take on when you lead a large organization like this, it's something that often gets short shrift. Tommy has done that for the last really 5-6 months, done it very well. That is no small feat. And on behalf of the city of Philadelphia and the mayor who couldn't be here, I wanted to say thank you for that, Tommy Jones. I wanted to say thank you to all of you. It's been a long journey to get to where we are today in the last really 5 or 6 months. You all participated and did really great with Project Jumpstart. I wanted you to know that all of that effort has come to fruition. We've got a great draft report to give to Adele today as a result of all the hard work of many of you in this room. He has gotten a stack of survey results from me. He's going to see the report. He's going to go through that material, and we hope that it'll do exactly what we intended it to do, which is jumpstart his analysis and his assessment of everything you folks are doing and feeling. And it has not gone for naught. I think it's an important tool, and I think he's going to find it very valuable in the next, really 100 days as he formulates a plan. So, give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much for everything you do. You've also been incredibly patient, right? Amidst rumors of nonsense, amidst confusion and anxiety, and I know change is hard. You've all managed to keep the trains running on time. You've all managed to answer the call every single time. And to Tommy's point, to the extent that other folks don't appreciate it, I certainly do. And I want you to know that whether it's in the cabinet room, with CORE, with this mayor, with the deputy mayors, that I'm an advocate for you every single time. And that's become enhanced over the last 5 or 6 months as I've learned more of you personally and learn more about what you do. So, I think one of the great things for Adele today is talent. And the folks that he's getting in this room, I think, are going to really excite him as he starts to learn the things that I've learned over the last 5 or 6 months. Let me talk about this process, because I want you to know why it took the 4 or 5 months that it took, and the process the thinking that I had when I first set out on this journey. I wanted someone who was worthy of this team. I wanted someone who was worthy of being your leader. I wanted someone who would put you, your well-being, your needs, and the operational interests and our customers first. Those were all things that were foremost in my mind. I think what we found is just that, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But I want to talk about why and how I got here. I think, Adele, you and I spent 20 to 25 hours together. I clearly had spent, just don't tell her, but more time with you recently than my wife. Yeah, let's keep that a secret. The first meeting, which was supposed to be a 1-hour session, ended up being closer to 3, and really began the conversation around this relationship and this partnership. And I connected on a personal level with Adele in about 2 minutes. It was something that happened very quickly. I can tell you that I don't think there's anybody in the city of Philadelphia who's gone through a more rigorous process than Adele has. I think I've done background check on top of background check, on top of phone calls, on top of questions asked. I think our last conversation was at 11:30 last night, or no, 10:30 last night. And then he heard from the mayor at about 10:30, right after me. So our conversations have been ongoing and continuous throughout this entire process. I can tell you we utilize, and I'm very grateful to Diversified Search. I chair the private sector outreach board with Judy von Selnick, who runs what I think is probably the best search firm in the city of Philadelphia, and probably in the region. And Judy donated the services of that firm to help us find the right CIO. I have great news, and this is a compliment to all of you. I saw candidates from across the country, and not people who were looking to move up. I saw CIOs of major states, major cities, as far as 1,000 miles away, as far as 700 miles away, as far as a number of them, very high-profile individuals in this region. That's a credit to you. That's a credit to the folks who want to come here and lead and take this opportunity in a great city like Philadelphia. So we should all be incredibly proud of that. Out of that process, I narrowed it down to 2 leading candidates. And Adele was one of those, obviously. And amongst those 2 leading candidates, either one of them could come in here and been incredibly successful, highly competent, well-known. If I reveal who it was, everybody would know right away. High-profile, major CIOs. But I got to tell you, Adele distinguished himself in my eyes to the point where it really wasn't close. There's a difference between being incredibly professional, competent, and capable of doing a job and being the right person for the job. And that's what I was looking for, right? There's a lot of people who know technology. There's a lot of people who know management. Who knows both really well, and who is the right fit for this organization, where it is today, and through what you've been through as an organization. Who is going to take you to where you need to go to the next level. That's why Adele Abid is sitting here today. We all know he was the Chief Information Officer for the state of New Jersey. Before that, he was, I grew up in Jersey, so I know all about the DMV. And I know what a nightmare that was from people nodding their heads, right? What a nightmare that was from a technology standpoint. Adele's the reason why they went from last to first. And this is an important point because there's a lot of talk. He's got a great new title, which I really like, Innovation Officer, which really sets a broad agenda for all of us and a challenge for us over the next few years. He and I have spent a lot of time talking. People often talk about whether you're going to be focused on infrastructure or innovation, right? As if those two things are separate. They're not. And Adele understands that you can be innovative in how you handle and maintain and do the infrastructure, right? That's the piece that people miss on a regular basis. That's exactly what he did at the DMV. He took a basic function and delivered it in an innovative way to solve everyday problems. That's what we're asking him to do here in Philadelphia. Prior to that, he was CIO of the Environmental Protection Agency in New Jersey, which is incredibly active and a very busy agency with lots of issues, and did a phenomenal job. And that's where his career really took off. I'll leave it to him to talk more about sort of his background and some of his personal background, which I think is really impressive as well. One of the things the mayor talks about all the time is people who are battle-tested, people who've been through some stuff. Adele fits the bill. He's been through some stuff. He's unflappable. So all those things were incredibly attractive to me. I'm gonna tell you some of the things that, as I researched him and did some background check, some of the things other people said about you. Adele is very dedicated and works at building a team. This is from a client, a major commissioner. Adele is focused on getting stuff done. He was always transparent and above board with everything. He is invaluable running the IT function for New Jersey. Sorry about that. Right? Adele has the highest level of integrity. Integrity was something that came up in every single interview, by the way. And he does the right thing. He is open, honest, transparent. There are no hidden agendas. For Adele, it is all about the work. You have to remember that people in state government want to be involved, but not accountable. Right? Does that sound familiar? Right? Adele is accountable. Adele's staff was excellent, and I heard that people delay retirement to work for him. He holds people accountable, and he's a talented manager, but he also provides clarity to his team, and he sets reasonable expectations. He is a very balanced, and this is the CIO of Goldman Sachs. He is a very balanced, understated person who does not get excited about any crisis. Thank God for that. We had something like 28 email systems, and he centralized and consolidated systems and got rid of several legacy systems that didn't make sense. He is excellent. His integrity is unquestionable, working with vendors and suppliers. Again, the integrity theme is so important. The chairman of Unisys. Adele comes across as calm and unemotional. The infrastructure in New Jersey has had many fixes over the years, and Adele has modernized where he could within budget constraints. My sense of being effective and successful in government is to be consistent, persistent, calm, and committed. You have to have a clear objective in mind and keep pushing and have the willpower. But there are no quick wins, and Adele has worked incredibly well in that environment. Does that sound familiar? It's the same thing we have here. The CIO of Merck. He is an excellent leader, he knows technology, and he is a great mentor. As a leader, he seeks to understand first, and he absorbs his environment before he acts. He is a clear thinker. He has a customer-first mentality. Asked to describe his management style, he commented, Adele has a cool demeanor.